So this is our 1964 Volkswagen Beetle that I'm sitting on right now. We've had this for quite a few years. We've had it since we think around 2013. I'll have to look it up exactly. But we've had it for a long time. We've moved places with it. We've driven it a lot, and we have a lot of really cool adventures in this car. It's been stored where we're at right now for the last 4 years. It's just kind of been sitting here covered and just kind of hanging out. Not a whole lot happening with it, and we've wanted to work on it for years. We finally decided it's time to get this thing worked on some, get it running, and kind of get it to part of its former glory if we can. With this car, it's just one of those things that it's not something we're going to drive a lot anymore. This car didn't originally come with seat belts. It has seat belts in it that were added by a previous owner. It doesn't have airbags and all those good things. And this one specifically, it used to be 6 volt. It's been converted to a 12 volt battery that's more modern. So kind of a lot of interesting things with the Bug, but the biggest things are safety. Vanessa and I, we have a baby who's 6 months old now, and driving this car by ourselves, one or another, just doesn't really seem like something we want to do. If something were to happen and we're in this car, it just seems kind of crazy. It's not a motorcycle, but it's about as close as you can get to cruising around on one. Additionally, like, you're not going to like throw a car seat in this thing or anything like that. It's just one of those things that you kind of grow out of it. We have a lot of really great memories in this car, and we just hope to get it running and in good shape for someone else to have some good memories in it. So we will be building this out, working on it, and then ultimately selling it. So we need to get some air in the tires, try to get this started to get it back to our house, because working out here in the dirt under the sun with wind and all that isn't ever going to work. So we need to get this thing to where it could at least be towed back to our house to work on. So we're going to take a look at all that here now. But yeah, this is our 1964 Bug named Walt. So one thing we got to do is we do got to make sure it gets running. So we're going to hook it up to a battery, get the tires, make sure they're aired up and all that good stuff, and then we'll get it hooked up to our truck and see where that goes. So yeah, let's get this thing kind of looked at. There's spider webs everywhere in it, so that's going to be fun. That side right there is where the battery is. So I have a carpet on the top because the battery posts are exposed, so that's one thing to keep in mind. It's pretty clean in here though, given it's been sitting. So let me get this seat out and then we'll take a look. Has some charging to do. So I just wanted to kind of talk about it a little more while it's charging. So I have the battery plugged in now. Once again, that battery is under that back seat and it's trying to charge, so we'll kind of see where that goes. This car's been sitting here for roughly 4 years. I drove it quite a bit back before 2020 and it ran fine. These cars, so you'll see this bus in the background too. We've had these for a long time. We've always liked these cars. They mean a lot to us, and we've never really thought we were gonna get rid of them. As I also mentioned, we have a baby. And yeah, you're not gonna ride around with a baby in these cars either. But the thought of riding around in one of these that's barely gonna get down the freeway with some of these other cars is a little frightening, especially when you have a little one to think about. So we just want to have a new little journey with this, working on it, documenting that, and then ultimately it'll make someone else very happy is the idea here. So kind of the thoughts that we're having around this car. Its name is Walt, so it is named Walt because it's kind of a tannish white color, and you will see that it does have the little Heisenberg sticker as well, so kind of funny. But yeah, this is Walt, and we're trying to get him charged to see if it'll turn over. That way we can move this thing a little. So let's see how that goes. Alright, so this thing definitely needs a new battery first of all, but we got air in all the tires, so that's exciting. So, it was buried in dirt a little bit. Yeah, that kind of happens when it's been sitting a while. So we're going to go ahead and get it hooked up, so let's do this. How smoky? Ooh, I leaked all kinds of gas, I hope.